This is the knee joint, the lower bones of the leg. So yes, the socket is supposed to be here. It's supposed to curve all the way around the head of the femur. That's each head of the femur. And the head is supposed to be at least 50% in the socket, which this one is hardly in at all. This one is really not in it. So there's essentially no socket. And even way back when we did this in December, you're seeing the flattening on the heads of the femur. They're almost becoming like square instead of nice and circular. Already arthritis building up on the neck and on the tips up here on both of these. And I actually saved the two femoral heads for you if you want them so that you can see them. It's kind of interesting to see. But yeah, a dog like that, he was existing without joints to begin with. You know, it's amazing he could get around, but that's how we figured to test him early, as you saw the symptoms, or they saw the symptoms of how he was sore and slow to get up and all of that. So now what we're done, these are gone. There's going to be no bone rubbing on bone, and I will show you on the heads that I saved how there's already spots that are totally rubbed down to the bone on both of those femoral heads. They're gone here, and so I closed the joint capsule, I closed the muscles all tight over the top. In the first 8 to 10 days, the tissues are going to heal and mend back together, and then it's up to him to start with the movement to build up the scar tissue and build back up those muscles to get him to hold in place. And it is amazing how we will, even for some other reason, X-ray a dog who's had bilateral FHO, and their leg will be right in the same placement that it is here, even though there's no head on the femur anymore. It's pretty amazing.
So how come he seemed to walk around like he was just fine?
Yeah, and some dogs have a little higher pain tolerance than others do, but we know that he wasn't just fine for the fact that we knew to take X-rays way back in December.
Yeah.
You know, he was showing his soreness. Now, good thing for him, he's young. 2, he's lightweight, he's not overweight. That's been very helpful for him. If they put on even 10, 20 extra pounds, my dogs can hardly get up. So that part is very, very good, but he's adjusted to it.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's adjusted, but the problem is even though he was doing somewhat okay now, the older he gets, that would become harder and harder and harder for him.
Was he way too young for this to happen? Or
No, it's pretty typical. He came in probably around 8 to 9 months when we x-rayed him in December. And on average, around 7, 8 months is when we start to see the dogs waver around with their hips and get up real slow when they've been a puppy. So,
the dog is licking some back there. So.
Oh, is he? So we'll leave the e-collar on him, which means he'll get to have a cone on his head.
Yeah.
How long for that?
Just until the stitches come out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So our next visit when stitches come out?
Exactly. We'll
Okay.
bring them back in and probably 8 to 10 days somewhere in there. And I'm just reminding you in the meantime, it's not uncommon to have these dogs build up that fluid underneath the skin, serous fluid. It's reddish, it looks kind of like